these two I have not watched, but I will just show them anyways. And I haven't watched them yet because I'm lazy. Psycho Sleepover, which is one of their newer movies they just released, and Screenplay. I've heard nothing but good things about Screenplay. It's a movie that was filmed in the 80s. It looks like the 30s kind of horror movies and all that. It's black and white. I would need to watch this because I heard nothing good things. Psycho Sleepover, I've heard some good things about. I'll watch them both soon and let you know. You know, when nature calls, you've got to go. This is directed by Charles Kaufman, Lloyd's brother, who also did Mother's Day, which I do not own because Troma has not re-released it on DVD or Blu-ray yet. I think they're having some kind of problems with it. This is like a spoof movie, comedy. It starts off with 3 trailers, fake trailers, kind of like Grindhouse. And it goes into this spoof movie about people deciding to leave city life behind and live in the woods, but it's not that easy. It's pretty funny. Some jokes do miss. It's one of those movies that is, you know, humorous subjective, and this movie is an example of that. I thought it was funny, and there's a stop motion animated intermission cartoon in the middle that is so wrong that it's funny. I think this is a funny movie. I recommend if you're a Troma fan to check it out. Lloyd Kaufman, I said his name wrong, Lloyd Kaufman, said this is one of the 5 worst movies that they've ever released. Croak, Frog Monster from Hell. One thing, I fucking love the title. Another thing, the poster art is beautiful. I liked it. Yep, I liked it. Lloyd might hate it, which I can probably understand why. It does have some pacing issues, but I thought it was just hilarious and entertaining. I think it says it came out in '82 on Wikipedia, but it says right here 76. And it actually looks like it looks more like a 70s movie. I think it's entertaining. The monster suit is hilariously awesome. I wouldn't go out and buy it right away. Maybe if you can like rent it from Netflix. I don't know if Netflix has it. If not, just get it or sell it. This is again the limited edition DVD release. It wasn't one of those multi-packs. Fucking hate those multi-packs because they always have shit movies in them. Again, I think this one deserves maybe nowhere near as much as Dead Dudes in the House, but deserve a little bit more attention from Troma. And again, it contains traumatic extras that are not on the disc. This one I just bought. The Killer Nerd collection, which is Killer Nerd and Bride of Killer Nerd. Where's Killer Nerd and Bride of Killer Nerd? Killer Nerd I did not like at all. I think what's his name, Toby Radloff. He's just fascinating to watch. You can't keep your eyes off him. The problem with Killer Nerd is he doesn't start killing people till 65 minutes in, and in those 65 minutes they drag on. Scenes just drag on forever, and the lighting and the nighttime scenes are really piss poor. I mean, really poor. But that's my main problem. The final 25 minutes, or I should say 20 minutes, including credits, are pretty entertaining. I mean, he throws some acid in people's faces, cuts off a few heads, blows up some shit. That part's entertaining, but it takes forever to get there. And it only seems like it takes forever because an hour is not that long, in my opinion. But it only takes that long. See, it seems that long is because the scenes drag on. It's like the directors took all their footage and put it in the movie and didn't bother like editing it down for pacing because the pacing's poor. Now, Bride of Killer Nerd, on the other hand, the first one runs 90 minutes. This one runs a lean 72 minutes. And in my opinion, this is a much better sequel. This is one of the rare sequels that completely surpasses the first movie. Toby Radloff is back, fascinating as ever. There's better gore, there's some nudity, there's a couple of psycho references in a shower scene. It's actually pretty entertaining. I really like the sequel. Did not care for the first movie. I might watch the first one again in the future, and maybe I like it more. But when I watched it, I felt it could have been a lot better. It's like the directors when they made the second one, they're like, okay, a lot of people commented that the pacing was bad, so let's cut this movie down, and they cut it down just right because Bride is better. I do recommend this set for trash cinema fans, but beware, Killer Nerd does drag, but Bride of Killer Nerd does not. This one is a bootleg I made. Rabid Grannies. Now, you're asking why did I make a bootleg of a Troma movie? It's because the Troma release is heavily cut for gore. It's not Troma's fault. I think the director gave him a print that had all the gore cut out because he liked the movie better without it. I mean, because he made a movie about demonic grannies, and he thought it would be better without the gore, which makes no fucking sense whatsoever, but whatever. In other countries, it was released with the gore, all the gore, but there was Dutch subtitles hard-coded on the movie. Despite that, this movie is awesome with the gore. Without the gore, it's not worth seeing, because it's not that the gore is cut out, it's badly cut out of the movie. Very poorly cut. The uncut version, download it and make a bootleg like I did. Made a nice little bootleg of it. It's in my collection because I'm not owning the Troma release. The official Troma release. Troma's War. Bitches. Love Troma's War. Bought this movie when I was when I was a teenager, when I first got my DVD player. Brought this over at a friend's house, and it's one of the best war movies ever made. Now people were like, Saving Private Ryan was better. Saving Private Ryan have a general who could join twin by their face, giving people AIDS and all that. Not him, but yeah, the people that give him AIDS and send him back to America to fuck us up. Hell no, it don't. That's a fucking Troma's War. It's a Troma classic. This was released as a Troma masterpiece. This is the original DVD. Excuse me. And it was the last Troma masterpiece DVD. For some reason, they just stopped making them. I don't get why. I talked about the first movie, or the second movie. What am I talking about? Here it is. Class of Nukem High. What's going on? Class of Nukem High is a Troma classic. It's one of the best Troma movies ever made. It's just hilariously entertaining. It's the exact opposite of the second movie, which, like I said, sucked balls. This one does not suck balls. This one's actually really cool. Awesome monster. It's kind of like Class of 1984, but with a monster. Very good movie. Sorry, I had to grab a DVD from the shelf that for some reason was on the shelf. And that's my Toxic Avenger collection. I got the original, the best Troma movie ever made. Matter of opinion, but you can't argue this is one of the best Troma movies. This is absolutely my favorite Troma movie. It's also my favorite movie ever made. My absolute favorite. I fucking love this movie so much. This is the original released, the first DVD they did of it, and this is, I got the 2-disc 21st anniversary gold edition and widescreen. The movie wasn't filmed in widescreen, but people wanted it widescreen. It looks pretty good in widescreen, but I prefer the original DVD transfer. But it has interviews with Michael Hurst, which rarely does interviews, so it's worth getting for that. It's worth getting just because it looks fucking awesome on your shelf. Toxic Avenger Part 2. I love this movie as a kid. I don't nearly like it as much now. I do like it. I think the opening is one of the best of the series. I think it does have some really good gore and all that. I hated the girlfriend in this, though. She was so fucking irritating. It's entertaining. Not my favorite Troma movie, but I like it. Exact opposite to say about Toxic Avenger Part 3. Most Troma fans know that Toxic Avenger Part 2 and 3 were actually the same movie. When they filmed Part 2, they had a 4-hour movie. So what they did is they split it into 2 movies. And it feels like that, because number 3 kind of sucks. The opening is awesome, and it takes place in a video store. Awesome, awesome opening. Sadly, nothing that happens after that lives up to that. It's a dreadfully boring movie. Nothing happens in the middle. Toxic becomes yuppie scum. No action, no gore. Actually, after the opening, there's like no gore. There's some slime, but no gore. The finale is okay. The devil stuff is cool, but it's just watch the opening and that's it. Just take it out after that. Now the best sequel, and it's a sequel that, to me, made up. If you hated number 2 and 3 and you watch this one, you'll be like, you know, fuck, those two don't exist. Stan Lee narrates the beginning of it and says this is the real sequel, and that's Citizen Toxic Avengers 4. This movie is hilarious, awesome. This is the sequel the first movie deserved. Even though I like number 2, the original movie deserved better than that, and this is the one that it deserved it. They really went all out to like apologize to fans for those two ones. There are fans of 2 and 3. I'm not saying everybody hates those movies, but a lot agree that they were disappointing compared to the first movie. This one lives up to it, and it's awesome. Some people prefer it to the first movie. I prefer the first movie, but only by a little bit. This one is fucking awesome. This is one of the best Troma movies ever made. One of the best sequels ever made. Yeah, I said it.